Okay. So first, there were a lot of tariffs, then not so much. And it's only been a week. And the thing that I really, really love about this is that the day before there were no tariffs, right? Uh, the White House did an official press release. No, we're not going to get rid of the tariffs. No, we're not going to pause the tariffs. We're going to stand firm on our tariffs. And then less than 24 hours came out and said we're going to pause all tariffs. But
Because
yes, since
people,
our
quote, got yippy, according to the president.
you better not get yippy or snippy or anything that ends in ippy. Like, it's always bad. Don't do it unless you're like a little ankle biter. I don't really know. I I really don't understand this president's language sometimes. But yes, since our show last week, everything might have changed again. And just like a little recap here, tariffs hit, tanked the market. Then the market rebounds with the suspension of tariffs, and then the market takes a crap again. And what's really interesting is that there are a lot of people who are questioning if this is market manipulation. Trump did come out with a tweet saying this is a great time to buy.
Mm-hmm.
AOC is requesting that all Congress members to disclose if they made trades during this time. So, and then also just before I hopped on, I saw where Donald Trump was bragging that Charles Schwab made 2.5. Oh, I can't remember if it's billion. I think billion, 2.5 billion. Please fact check me on that. During this kind of chaotic time, which if you are in his inner circle and you know that he's going to pass tariffs, why would you not sell your stock? And then if you get word that he's going to pause all tariffs and you know the market's going to go up, you're probably going to go buy stocks, which is also illegal, guys. So this is very, very interesting. This is something that we are going to have to like watch a little bit more. But also other key notes here: Nintendo Switch pre-orders delayed. Multiple companies sending emails trying to explain things to their customers. China, dear God, what is going on with China? China, we have like 145% tariffs on China, I believe. Um, China's decreasing the number of US based movies are allowed to come into the country in response to this 145% tariff placed on China. Yeah, I don't know. Chaotic. All I do know is we need to find Sarah O'Connor. We need to protect her. Her son is the key to our future.
We're just all in on Terminator at this point. Um, yeah. So here you can see, and then things happened, and they were like, "Oh crap!" And then the market was like, "Okay, we're good." And then, oh, never mind. Right? Like yesterday, they were like, "Look at how much the market rebounded after we announced no more tariffs," and then the market took another nosedive today. Um, it was down another 1,000 points today. Another 2.5%. Um, the other thing that happened, and there's definitely some very smart people out there covering this. One of the reasons they backed off the tariffs very fast was that the bond market in the United States started taking a crap, right? And what that meant was that overnight, before they rescinded the tariffs, Japan started dumping all their bonds, right?
Yeah.
And everything went upside down in the 10-year notes and everything else. And everybody went, oh crap, that's not good.
And to be honest, like it's never good to lose a bond. Like we've been kind of in who's going to be the next Bond? Where's James Bond? I don't really know. We can't lose any bonds.
We need all
Who's
the
the Bond
bonds.
right
Yeah, well, Japan sold a bunch of their bonds and caused our bond market and our currency to go absolutely haywire. It's, I mean, you can see literally today. Here, I'll bring this up for the thing. Yeah, that is the U.S. dollar value against the yen. And as you can see, it went whee right off this big cliff right here. Right? That's not the shape that you want it to be in. Right? Um, it's bad. It's real bad. And I think the problem is you just don't know. Here's us against the yen. Again, I would point out to the large shape downward thing that just happened. Even if they rescind the tariffs, even if they do all this, I don't think it helps anybody. And I think the reason the market took a dive today is I think that it is just chaos. Right? And literally businesses, consumers, nobody knows what to do. You know, so businesses can't even forecast.
Yeah.
Right?
I am.
There you go. There's the yen. It's ugly. Like, and I know my wife has been complaining because apparently she's just been jumping through all kinds of hoops trying to deal with tariffs on all the stuff that they bring in that are parts for the stuff that they manufacture here, right? Because we don't make the pieces here. We just build the thing here. But that surely shot your bill of materials through the roof.
So this is kind of the thing. I was talking to someone whose son voted for Trump and whose son is a Trump supporter. And they were happy about the tariffs. They were like, yes, we should build more in the US. Um, the issue with that is that no matter how you go about it, like, yes, we should build more in the US. I do agree with that. But you have to be prepared to pay a lot more for everything. Because one, you're still going to have to import supplies, which is going to, oh my gosh, have a tariff on it. And then you're going to have to pay labor, like US standard labor, to build everything. So I don't really understand this concept that people have in their minds of like, oh, these tariffs are going to actually like drive prices down. Everything is going to become cheaper for us.
Well, and
Uh,
this is that like alternate information reality. Before the election, there were so many Trump supporters who really believed, because he kept telling them, the other country pays it. The other country pays it. The Chinese pay it. They other pay it. And there's been so many people that have had to, now that this is actually going into effect, right? There's so many people that have had said, guys, they don't pay this. We pay this, right?
yeah.
This is us, you know. And I think that message is finally starting to get through. Is the foreign countries don't pay the tariff. We pay the tariff when we import. Also, no industrial policy, which means how long does it take? Oh, this was my favorite comment. I saw somebody comment this on a video. They were like, well, how long would it take? This was in relation to the Switch. How long would it take Nintendo to move their manufacturing to Ohio? Like 2 or 3 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, do you know how long it takes to build a factory?
Yeah. Oh God. Building a mega chip factory in Ohio is going to take years. Like years and years. Like that's not, I don't know. That's not a pop-up tent thing. Like that's going to take time.
Yeah. It's amazing to me. Again, I think the chaos and the fact that he was literally, and I saw a mashup where it was like his press secretary being like, everybody's like, is there any chance to pause him? Anything like that? And she's like, no, we're not going to pause it. It's staying. I just talked to the president about this a few minutes ago. The next day. So you pause the tariffs. It's the art of the deal. But nobody's given us a deal yet. But it is. Right? Uh,
Where's what deal? Where's the deal at?
yeah. Like, please explain to me what deal you just made, because we don't know. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think the other thing too is because they flip flop so fast that nobody knows. Because he could literally go out and change his mind tomorrow. He'd be like, "Fuck it, I'm putting 40% tariffs on France because reasons."
Yeah, I don't really know. It's gonna be to me the interesting side of this is going to be if anything is actually done about like insider trading. Um,
Oh, come on! You know they're not going to pass anything about that.
I
They're
don't
too busy. They're
know.
too busy making it so married women can't vote.
I don't know. I think AOC is gonna like kind of twist that point home, and she's gonna be the squeaky wheel.
She might be, but I have
Yeah.
no faith. I have no faith. I do
No
have
thanks.
faith in their ability to be corrupt.
I mean, yeah,
You
yeah,
know. Um. So what do you think? Like, let's make our wild predictions. All right. So it's Thursday. We have
yeah.
the tariffs come and he tariffed the penguins. The tariffs went into effect and the market tanked. So what happens by next Thursday? Do we have tariffs or not? And sub question: have the tariffs on China increased even more beyond the 145% they are right now, or does he back off the China tariffs by next Thursday?
I think things are gonna intensify between us and China. I think tariffs are gonna go up, and by next Thursday, by this showtime next Thursday, we are going to have the newer version, I believe, the most recent version of Red Dawn. We're gonna get invaded.
By the Chinese.
Yeah, which I think in the remake of Red Dawn, I think it was North Korea,
It was
wasn't
North
it?
Korea, yeah,
Yeah.
in the
Which how
remake.
how did that happen? I don't.
No one knows, right? The
Oh
original
yeah.
Red Dawn, I would like to point out, I believe was in Spokane, or was that the
Really?
remake? One of them was in Spokane. Like, why did you invade Spokane? Right? Like, of all the places you could invade, why invade Eastern Washington? Which Red Dawn was in Spokane?
Because it's on the coast.
It was
Eastern
the
Washington
remake. It was
is
the
on the
remake.
coast.
The remake of 2012 remake of Red Dawn was set in Spokane, Washington. Right? Like, North Korea. Why are you invading Spokane? You just went past Seattle, past Tacoma. Like, nah,
Yeah.
we don't need that. We're taking Spokane first. Because
It's
that
further
is hundreds of
wazoo.
miles from the ocean.
And we need their crops.
They're
Yeah,
apples.
their apples. I don't. Oh, yeah. That I think actually probably if we really dig deep into the storyline, you're gonna find that um they were after really not to like take over America, but they were after that Cougar Gold.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, which those of you that do not know, WSU makes Cougar Gold, which is like a special type of cheese that they produce there at their college.
Which we're going to need because we can't import cheese anymore.
Why? Wait, time out. Why do we need to import cheese? Don't we have like Wisconsin, the cheeseheads for that?
Yeah, but we want that good fancy French cheese and the other cheese.
I mean, I do. I
Chad is a
do.
fan of the Cougar Gold.
Yeah. Cougar Gold. Here we go. Yeah. That's one of the very few things I think Wazoo has going for it. I don't know. Are you so Alex, are you a UW or a WSU fan?
I went to Seattle Central College,
Oh,
so neither.
wow. Okay. Well, wow. Way to pick a side of the fight there, bud.
I have no dog in the fight. I have none.
No dog. What about a cougar? Do you have a cougar in
No,
the fight?
I have neither dog nor cat in the fight.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Let us know what you think. What are your predictions for next week? I
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn. That's the prediction
Well,
for
what
next week.
what are your predictions for
Oh,
next week? I think we
um,
covered. Yeah.
I think he will back off the China tariffs by next Thursday. I don't think he's
Uh,
got the guts.
like, what
A,
do you think's
I
causing
don't.
him to back?
I don't think he's got the guts, and I think the Chinese will start dumping our bonds.
Mm,
And I
okay.
think that they will. The Chinese are better positioned to be like, look, we can cut you off. We don't care. We know hardship, and we can do hardship better than you. And I think that, like, if in a battle of who can deal with more pain economically and with their populace, I think the Chinese win because I think we're weak.
Damn.
So I think he backs out the tariffs by next Thursday. But we're going to find out. Leave your predictions in the comments below. Let us know. Is it Red Dawn or the trade war is over?